Hello, it's me again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. In this video, I'll show you how to do regression analysis, which is the topic of this week. But there are two things you need to do before you do any regression analysis. First, you need to do a scatter plot. Secondly, you do a correlation analysis. In a scatter plot analysis, which is the focus of this video, the purpose of doing scatter plot is to visually check your data. For example, if I want to know whether providing digital training can improve the elderly's digital skills, right? And this is based on the logic model, right? So I have an idea of a logic model. One of the activities or the intervention is called providing digital training. And one of these immediate output or outcome is called the digital skills, right? So I want to see whether providing more digital training will improve the digital skills of the elderly or not. If it improves, by how much, right? So that is the purpose of doing a regression, to see whether this variable, the independent variable called digital training, has any influence on the dependent variable, which is the digital skills, right? This is just an example of just two variables, digital training and digital skills. So before I do the regression, I need to do a scatter plot analysis. So here I've opened my SPSS file called digital literacy for elderly.sav file or .xls file. It doesn't matter. And then I go to graph, go to legacy dialogs, go to scatter plot, click simple scatter. It's just to provide a scatter. So what I'm looking at here is the relationship between two variables, the digital training here, digital training on the x-axis and digital skills on the y-axis, and I want to plot each of these number on x and y-axis to see their relationship on a scatter plot. So go to graph, legacy dialogs, scatter plot, simple scatter, define it. Yep, let me just undo this because this was what I did early on. So I know my dependent variable, which is in the language of your logic model. This independent variable is one of your program interventions or activities, you call it, which is this one, digital training, is my dependent variable. Dependent variable is always located on the x-axis, right? And you want to use this independent variable called digital training to see whether it has any relationship with the dependent variable, and your dependent variable is the exam score of the digital skills. So you know the digital skills based on the exam that you give to the elderly, whether they can actually have the digital skills or not, right? So I have those two, and I can give it a title. Here I've typed scatter plot of digital training and digital skills. I'll just put it in the title there. Click continue. I don't need anything else, and then I just go to paste. Here it is. I arrange it and click run. So here is my scatter plot. The relationship between the digital training on the x-axis and the digital literacy on the y-axis, right? You can see if you use a ruler, like what I do here, always bring a ruler. You can see there's a pattern there. If you see where is the line going, it's actually just a trend is going up like this, going 40, almost like 40. Of course, it's not exactly 45 degrees, but you can see it has a upper line. So it has a, it means it shows a positive relationship, right? So that means the more digital training that you see here, also the higher the score of the digital skills, right? So as it goes to the right more, the value on the y also goes up. So that's why the trend looks like this. If you use a line to plot it on the screen, right? So this is the first evidence, the first indication that there is a relationship between these two variables, between this independent and the dependent variable. Right? So they have a relationship between these two, and this is the first precondition or evidence that we can use to give us some indication of a visual evidence that there is a relationship between the two variables. And based on this, then we can go to the next step to do the correlation analysis. So this is the end of this video on how to do scatterplot. Very quick and easy. Thank you.